This episode of Stronger is brought to you by MitoPure. With MitoPure, you're getting more than just a supplement. You're getting a product that's been proven by over 15 years to target the effects of aging from inside out. I use MitoPure because this helps my mitochondria, which is my power plant. So I have noticed since using MitoPure for it's probably over 2 years now, and that was referred to me by Dr. Gabrielle Lyon, I've noticed that my skin has improved. I've noticed that my energy is even better. And these are things that I wish I was paying attention to decades ago. You know, once you see results like that, you're never going to shy away from using this supplement. Timeline is offering 20% off your first order of MitoPure. Go to timeline.com/stronger. That's TIMELINE.com/stronger.
Blind Nil Audio.
Yeah, you're training with me. It's happening.
And that's the purpose of this podcast. This isn't a Sets and Reps podcast. This is to talk about resilience. This is to talk about how things don't always go your way and things take time. Seriously, man. Talk to me about the weekend, though. You sent me a video at like 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
he's at a dinner table.
Yeah.
Some attractive women there. You're having a good time. There's a big pile of French fries, and he's in front of his phone going, "I'm drinking water and eating lettuce right now."
So about at this fancy place in downtown, and there's attractive women at the table. You know, there's these beautiful women, and then there's these like a couple of schlubby guys at the table, and then they're like, "Oh my God, it's like 1:30. Let's get some fries for the table. Let's get some espresso martinis. Let's get some margaritas, some palomas." And then the food comes, and I just go like this. The fries come to the table. I go like this. I get a big whiff of it. Then I tell the waiter, "Hi, I believe you're still serving salad and chicken paillard." So I ordered a grilled chicken,
That's a good move.
salad,
That's a good move.
and then I had water and lime, and I was watching them judgmentally in the corner.
How'd you feel the next day?
Oh God,
Honestly.
Don, I felt great. I get up the next morning, I do my lift, I do my steady state cardio, I open the Don Saladino app, and I see that smile, and he goes, "Good luck."
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Welcome to Stronger. Today's guest is the hilarious Matt Friend. You might know him as a stand-up comedian and master impressionist. Matt is a friend and someone I've been helping out in the gym. I'm Don Saladino. Let's get stronger with Matt Friend.
So I first saw you became pretty big around COVID, right? Early on in COVID?
It's starting to, yeah.
You hit my social media 2020, 2021. Does
Probably
that make
around
sense?
then, yeah. I was starting to post on Instagram and on TikTok.
So what were you, 21, 22?
Yeah.
You're young.
I graduated college in 2020.
Where'd you graduate from?
NYU. But I did remote graduation because of COVID,
That'd
which was
be
not
rough.
fun. It was not great finishing my last semester of college at home.
Where are you from?
Chicago.
Okay, so what area? Like the
Lincoln
city?
Park, which is like the north side of Chicago.
So came to NYU, and then you basically, during COVID, just had to shut it down that last semester?
Yeah, that last semester, I moved back to Chicago for my when everybody was in lockdown, graduated, remote classes, and then used that time like obsessively, posting on Instagram and TikTok, just creating content every single day. And then I created like a little mini late night talk show from my childhood home. And I would write 10, 15-minute episodes, which were sketches and topical humor. And then throughout that period of time is when different shows started to discover me over COVID. Jimmy Kimmel, The Today Show, Howard Stern, a lot of...
That was a big one
Yeah,
initially.
that was a big one. And when we have a microphone like this, we got to do it, right? But we'll come back to Howard later. But... And then it was just all these appearances started to happen as a result of me and my phone. I would just be posting and then building a following. Then I moved back to New York, and I did my first attempt at an hour of stand-up.
Where was that?
At Caroline's on Broadway, which is now closed. But it was very, very cool. They had this, it's called the Breakout Artist Series, where they had an opportunity for people to try to sell out the club and do an hour. And it was my first time selling out a comedy club. It was a big deal. And then I pieced together like 50 minutes. I don't even really remember what I was doing. I didn't really know what I was doing yet. And then
nervous, or was it just?
Yeah,
kind
I
of
was
flowing
very
through you?
nervous. I hadn't been on stage that long before. Like an hour is insane.
And you're 22 at the time.
Yeah, and then just the past couple of years, it's been building. Every day is just it's a progressive climb. Last year was particularly huge, just with various opportunities that came about.
No, but you're just getting started, and that's the purpose of this podcast. This isn't a Sets and Reps podcast. This is to talk about resilience. This is to talk about how things don't always go your way and things take time. Seriously, man.
Yeah, you're training with me. It's happening.
And this is like, even right now, you're turning me. You're like, oh, when's it gonna? It's 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, no, it's tough. But I've been loving it, and thank you so much for bringing me in and creating an amazing plan. And I've been following the minus one espresso martini and probably 2 glasses of wine.
It was 1 week. No, I'm trying to think. 1 week, I'm like, how you doing? He's like, I'm doing great. It wasn't bad. You had an espresso martini, which I'm fine with. But then you had some pizza, or you had
no pizza. I probably had. No, well, here's what happened. Following the plan, but look at you staring at me. Well, followed the whole plan, and then my bodybuilding friend, who's massive, was staying with me for a weekend. And he goes, "No, dude, you just got to eat, man. You just got to put food in your body."
Tell your bodybuilding friend you're looking more like Brad Pitt's Fight Club. We're looking for that look.
Yeah. So you're saying that the Beijing chicken and sautéed string beans wasn't going to help me?
Not the worst decision, but also not the best.
And then I had probably 4 fries earlier that week. 4 individual French fries.
Yeah, but that's for me, that's like you cheated.
Right.
All right, so stand up.
Yes.
So the thing that impressed me most was, and you said it the other day, I was joking around, we're not talking politics. We're not, because I don't like talking politics. But I said we were talking about Trump because your Trump impersonations are phenomenal. And I assumed I knew who you were voted for, and you were like, but do you really know? And I was like, no, I don't. So I think that's part of the art.
Do you really know, right? Do you really know?
But you came in and you made it very humorous.
Yes.
I think people are still on the fence of which direction
you're
able to go. And so the fact that you are 26 and you are so up to speed on politics and you know everything going on, I think is also a big differentiator in what you do.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love the that era of show business, which was Johnny Carson, way before I was born, where the country was laughing, and the world was, and it's a lot. It's tougher now because we are so divided, and with social media, that's creating a deeper division within our culture. But I'm just trying my best to make everybody laugh, all different types of audiences.
And that's definitely helped you out.
And it doesn't mean that you can't have a spine and you can't stand up for what is right in a specific, in the context of something specific happening or some specific political event. But I mean, I'm talking overall.
Right.
So there's a lot to make fun of on all sides right now.
Yeah. So what you're saying is there are things that you believe about one party or you believe in with one party, and there's things that you might believe in the other party, even though you have a direction that you might have leaned and voted.
Well, I didn't say that, Don, but he just implicated that. I would say he just completely implied that.
I kind of did.
No, I'm kidding. No, but I mean, I guess you could say that. Yeah.
But what's wrong with that?
Nothing's wrong with that.
Exactly. Did you have a favorite comedian growing up?
I mean, I loved the old guys, which doesn't really make sense. I loved Rodney Dangerfield and Don Rickles and even Phil Hartman and Carlin, and I loved and now today Sebastian Maniscalco. I used to love Pete Holmes when I was in high school, and now it's an interesting thing because I'm actually working alongside these people. So I'll be in a club and I'll see them, or we overlap. We're on the road. So that's a weird thing.
That's got to be kind of
I would imagine
surreal.
it's almost like, I'm trying to think of an analogy, but I was watching Yannick Sinner play Djokovic, and not to compare myself, but your childhood hero is who you're playing against or playing with. And I'm kind of having similar experiences. That's a crazy thing.
You see it every so often, right? You see a younger guy who is aspiring to be a professional baseball player. And the next thing you know, he's in the home run derby with Ken Griffey Jr. When Ken was playing.
Yeah.
But I think that's always special, and that's kind of what allows everyone to dream.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when did you realize this was the direction you wanted to go?
I don't know. I mean, I've always been obsessed with comedy.
Right.
And Don Rickles once said that comedy is a personality. And I relate a lot to that. It's just always been who I am. I was always the kid doing voices and, trying to make anybody laugh in class or at a family dinner or at some function when you weren't supposed to be laughing. I would always be trying to entertain everybody else. And so I would say there was a very consistent personality. I didn't get into comedy because I'm like some tragic clown. A lot of people get into it because they're trying to escape something. That was never my motive. It was just I always loved. I would watch Ed Sullivan on YouTube growing up. I don't know. I had YouTube at my fingertips. So I would just discover these old-timey comedians, and I was very drawn to it.
It's so funny how you're
all in
talking
terrible
about
shape.
YouTube. You're talking about YouTube as like
Yes.
that's what you grew up with.
That is what I grew up with.
When I was growing up, we didn't have internet.
Right.
Think about how fascinating that is. Like
Yeah.
I saw there was a time 2001, 2002, 2003 when I was getting into the business. There was no social media.
Right.
There was no
we're all products of our generation. This is how like Judd Apatow would go to libraries and like find old cassettes of comedians or like type and manually search in these old computers. And now it's just how I grew up. Just find it anywhere I want.
So in reference to coming up with content, do you find that stressful? Do you find that stressful going on stage and you're delivering? Like you were telling me last night that you brought a new bit in.
A lot of the time, well, stand-up, there is more of a stress in stand-up, whereas if I'm just performing, creating a video on my phone, that's less stressful. I mean, I could just film myself in my apartment or walking down the street or at some event and then put it out there. Stand-up is the ultimate toughest test. And that's also a large reason why I wanted to get into training, which we can talk about. But with stand-up, because you don't necessarily know how the audience is going to react. And I don't want to be the comedian that's doing the same 15 or 20 minutes for 30 years. Like I'm continually evolving. So like, for example, last night I went on stage and I said, I have this new health and fitness journey. I got this trainer who literally trains superheroes. So he wants to make me look like Deadpool, which is tough because I currently look like if pickleball was a person. And then I proceeded. There we go. We're getting a laugh. And then I proceeded and I go, and he has me doing these exercises like Bulgarian split squats, Turkish get-ups, Russian twists. Like, why is my exercise routine more diverse than the UN? That was like a premise, like the playing on the country names. With they were following it. Then I go, but why isn't there a Jewish exercise? Like I'm doing a Russian twist, but there's not a Jewish guilt up, where you lie on your back for 30 seconds and think about how you're disappointing your mother, or a Jewish sit down where you just sit in a chair for 30 minutes and complain about your back. Premises like that, you're like, maybe don't do that. It's not a funny bit. But the only way to find out if it's funny is to go on stage and try it out. And then I was like talking about my supplements. I'm like, my counter looks like a GNC exploded. I have like whey and creatine. It's like
Thorn. You got to say it.
Yeah, Thorn. I'm sorry. It looks like Breaking Bad. Like there's something in there. So you work with these different premises, then you work it out on stage.
So what people don't know is that I had Liev Schreiber in here beforehand, exactly. And when I was asked Liev a question about theater acting, and I said, when you're on stage, do you feed off the crowd? And he said something interesting. He says you got to be careful with that, because if the crowd starts going nuts and you start getting goofy, then you're kind of getting out of character. You're getting away from what the writer wanted. Your energy is going to be a bit different, right? Like, so how much does the audience really motivate you? And
hugely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you give me an example?
This would be the opposite of theater.
Right.
I can tell within the second I walk on stage if it's going to be a good show or not.
Really?
If I'm doing like a set, if I'm headlining, there's still a chance that I can bring them up because they paid to see me. Whereas if I pop into a comedy club like last night, I'm just working in New York, then there's less control because it's a 15-minute set. They're seeing 5 other comedians. They might be in some sort of a mood. And but I mean, you definitely feed off of the audience. I mean, you need there's a reason why there's a 2-drink minimum at these comedy clubs. You want the audience loose. You want them lubed up in a sense. You don't want to walk on a stage and it's all stiff. And I hosted the NHL Awards, the National Hockey League Awards show, and it was the stiffest room. It was a room full of one-toothed Yugoslavian brain-damaged hockey players.
I didn't understand you.
Who were like, very funny. That's funny, yeah. Like Borat.
But when you started going off on Sleepy Joe and you were
that was at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. It's the most conservative people sitting next to the most liberal people, and no one wants to be caught on camera laughing at a joke about themselves or one of their friends. So it's insanely stiff, and it always has been. No matter who's hosting, Conan, Stephen Colbert, Kimmel, it's always impossible.
So what's
but
the rule,
I
though?
loved it.
I thought it was hilarious.
I loved it.
Part of what made it funny was that everyone just like.
Well, what happened was I
tight.
get up in the middle of the room, and I do 3 minutes of comedy before the headliner, Colin Jost. And this has never been done before. There's always a headliner and the president speaking at the correspondence dinner. And last year they had me go on as well.
Were you like, holy shit, this is crazy?
It was insane. And also I'm aware of my level. Like, you know, I'm still very much coming up. There were still a lot of people in the room who didn't know who I was. And in addition, I wasn't on stage. I come up in the middle of the room with like no context. And all of a sudden, there was a montage that plays. For years, presidents have been, made fun of at the correspondence dinner. 1 year it went wrong where Trump was visibly angry in attendance at the dinner because Seth Meyers was making fun of him. And here to comment on that moment is Trump. And then I come out and I go, "It's great to be at this dinner with all you losers. Sleepy Joe, how are you?" And Biden's like 30 feet away from me. And then I proceeded by making topical jokes. I said, "I'm killing this dinner harder than Kristi Noem kills her puppies, okay?" And then I said, "I'm on fire like the guy outside the courthouse," because the guy lit himself on fire.
It's terrible. And everyone's just sitting there like this.
But the point is...
I can't take it. Everyone just...
The point is... This is my point. It's real news. Like, all I'm doing is repeating the headline.
But it's the accent. It's the best. If everyone was laughing, it wouldn't have been as funny. The fact that you owned it. You just owned it. You went in there with a spear.
Then I did Bernie and I did Obama, and then I closed it out, and everybody.
No, you have to give a little bit of it.
Well, I will, but
you have to give a little.
I did Obama like, "Hey, everybody, I am my brother's keeper. It is great to be here." Then I did Bernie like, "We are at a dinner just for the top 10th of 1%. And then I concluded with McConnell. I didn't bring my glasses with him, but I normally travel with my Mitch McConnell glasses.
Yep.
And then I did this joke where I said, "It's thrilling to be here today at the White House correspondence dinner."
And no one was laughing.
Well, everybody was dying in that. And then it cut to Scarlett Johansson. I called her Scarlett Johannesburg.
Yeah.
And she was like dying, and then and that saved the day at the end. But it was crazy. But no, to answer your question, a looser audience is what you want to play off the crowd and stand up 100%.
This episode of Stronger is brought to you by Hydro. Hydro is an at-home rower that gives you the closest feeling you can have to actually being on the water. It hits 86% of your muscles in one session, and you could do it in just 20 minutes. What I love about Hydro is I was never someone who really was so drawn into using rowers. And when Hydro sent me a rower to try out, I got on this thing and I could not believe how smooth it was. Every time I would pull that rower, it felt like I was driving a high-end Mercedes or Bentley. It's such a difference in how it moves. And the display is incredible. You're pretty much gamifying your workouts. For me, that makes rowing very fun. And since I've been using my Hydro rower now, I'm actually really excited to get on it. So this has been by far my favorite rower that I've used. So I definitely recommend you guys trying it. For a limited time, go to hydro.com and use Stronger, STRONGER, to save up to $450. Oh my God, it's a lot of money. $450 off your Hydro Pro rower. They're offering free shipping, a 30-day risk-free trial, and 1-year warranty. That's HYDROW.com, code STRONGER, to save up to $450. Hydro.com, code STRONGER. This episode of Stronger is brought to you by David Protein. Packed with 28 grams of protein, only 150 calories, and zero sugar, David Protein bars are great for staying full and hitting your protein goals without added junk. So in my community of thousands of people, they always ask me, "Can you recommend a bar?" And in the past, I haven't, because I never liked the ingredients that went into a bar. I thought they were chalky. I thought they were high in sugar, and they used a lot of sweeteners and binders. David Protein bars are the first product that I've ever used that I feel like I can eat every day. And I recommend them to all of my clients.
I've tried all the flavors and I absolutely love them. But the one flavor I feel like I keep going back to is that chocolate chip cookie dough. I'm just a huge fan of that flavor to begin with. So now that David has that flavor, I feel like that's what I'm grabbing every single time. Right now, David is offering my listeners a deal to buy 4 cartons and get the 5th free at davidprotein.com/stronger. That's davidprotein.com/stronger to get your 5th carton for free. Humans aren't perfect, but David is. Give this product a try. So, your fitness journey. So you actually DM'd me.
Yes, I did.
I was laughing because I get a lot, just like you get a lot of DMs. I get a lot of DMs, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "I know him. I've been watching you for a while." Really, probably, I would say the funniest person I saw on the internet. So you DM me, and I was like, "All right, I'm going to help this guy out because I know I can." Where did you find out about me from?
Well, I was aware that you were training all these sexy people. I mean, Sebastian Stan and Ryan Reynolds and Blake
dude.
and
Seb's the best.
And I was like, oh my God. And it seemed like you really knew what you were doing.
I hope so.
Minus when you put a needle in my vein the first time we met. But
that never happened. Never happened.
No, I felt that you knew what you were doing, and I thought I would reach out, and then we met, and I thought we instantly connected.
Yeah.
There was such a vibe. I mean,
it was awesome.
Our personalities are very similar in that sense, I think, and I really appreciated the holistic approach. It's not like some creepy online fist, get strong quick.
Shake weights.
You really talk about the mind-body connection, the importance of rest and stress and sleep and hydration and diet, nutrition, in addition to the workout. And I also really liked how you started to build out this plan where it wasn't like rush. Like right now we're in this conditioning phase, as you call it, full body workouts with this. I
think we got another 2 weeks, maybe.
What's it called? What's the cardio called again?
We got low intensity, steady state cardio. We're starting to implement a little bit of interval work in.
Yeah, and then.
But you've been dedicated. You haven't missed a day.
Of the program.
You have the program.
No, I have not. And then
eating.
Say it again.
Eating, you've been good.
Yeah, I've been good. And then I didn't have breakfast yet. I'm such an idiot.
But you had a shake.
Yeah. But so, and then, I mean, it's been like 2.5 weeks, but I haven't, basically what would happen is like every day I would have chocolate in the afternoon. Like I'm not kidding. I love chocolate. I have a huge sweet tooth, but I haven't been doing that in the past, like 2.5 weeks.
You're satiated.
Yeah.
This is my wish for you. This is my wish for you. I just want you to hang in there long enough to see this. Like I'm seeing physical change in the sense of strength and movement. Like when you came out, even the last session, I'm seeing an improvement on things. I'm seeing you improve that level of consistency. Like you're getting in there and you're doing the work. What I don't want to happen is for you to turn around 3-4 weeks and be like, like the plan is right. Like we're doing what we need to be doing. You have to stay with it because the beginning for me, for most, is where we're trying to shake a lot of these bad habits and incorporate
which
a lot
is so key.
Right, but like the chocolate piece, like I would have no problem with chocolate, but the thing is like you chocolate, and then you're having your General Chow's chicken on Sunday night, wherever that was, and then you're having 4 French fries, which is really 8 French fries.
Yeah.
So it's just like, and then you're mixing in a margarita. Like these are things I'm okay with, but when you start like adding them up,
it adds to the back fat.
It adds to the back fat.
Yeah, no, and I've been cutting it out.
And water's been good.
The water's been good, yeah.
So the plan right now is to get you through the next, thank you. That was a little hint. So the plan is to get you through the next 4 weeks. We transition you into a workout that's going to have a little bit more higher volume.
Yes. Okay, so Don, I've been going at this program. We've created this nutrition plan, workout plan. What should I expect by month 3?
With your body type, by month 3, we should visibly be able to start seeing some definition in your abs by month 3. I'm not saying it's going to be completely shredded. We are going to see definition in your abs. If you listen to what I tell you to do.
Let's remember this. Let's remember me in this.
Month 3.
Let's remember me in this condition.
Yeah.
Okay.
After a couple vodkas
See this?
And a nice tan.
Are you going to get rid of this?
Yeah.
This is not good to look at, is it?
Well, I think it's. Well, get your hand off. By the way, get your hand off it. Like that's normal.
This would be good, by the way, to show that that's
your
progression.
Before after. It's gonna be great. I need you to ride it out.
I'm in good shape. Like I could go.
You run a good mile.
No, I can run fast. I run like 6 miles, and I do it at like a 7:15, 7:20 pace.
It's fast.
But like,
and you're like 9 feet tall.
Yeah, but that's not the body that I'm wanting right now.
No. No, but running, don't die on running. Like running's still a very good thing.
No,
for
it
you.
is.
I hear
It is.
running's not good for you. I'm like, running's great for you. Like it's nonsense. But I think mixing in these other things that we're trying to do, like the strength training piece of it, is where most people
100%, 100%.
Like, they're all about heart rate, and they're not trying to build muscle. Yeah,
100%.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Little. We could do rubber bands underneath your t-shirts. They won't see it. And it's kind of like blood flow restriction, so it'll show some veins. Just something to know on stage.
I'm in.
But you should, I mean, now it's become, part of society now. People are trying to, act as if, and they're trying to get up there, and they're trying to show that, you know what? The Motley Crue days, the days of going on stage, the days of getting hammered, cocaine, booze, all this stuff, it's like that's fizzled. And now someone in your position, it's like respected. Where 40 years ago,
to be healthy.
To be healthy, but 40 years ago, it was more respected to go on stage. Who's partying the hardest?
Blackout.
Yeah, to get
yeah, society has shifted in that sense.
Right.
Yeah, I think so. But it's tough because people will start it, but they don't stick with it.
They don't stick. And also, what gets difficult is the environment that you were in the other night. So you're out.
Yeah, but
I've
been like desiring it like way less.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't think it's not going to happen. So when it happens again,
like for example, when I go to like have a trip this summer, like to Europe,
go have fun.
I can't promise. Like I'm gonna be like drinking wine and eating pasta.
You should.
But I mean like now, like when in New York, like I don't really have that desire, especially as I'm leaning more into this.
That's when I want you.
And I also think a lot about, like you said earlier, how are you going to feel the next morning? Do you really want to feel like shit?
Yeah, but Europe and Italy, that's when I want.
That's
you to
different.
Do it. Yeah, that's like if I was to go to Europe right now for 7 days, what would I do? I would get a lot of steps in. I don't know if I'm going. I love working out. I might take a week off a year. If I have no access to a gym, I'm not going to stress.
Well, I'll have access to a gym.
Then I would get some quick workouts in, and I can give you stuff that's really quick, in and out in 30 minutes. I would make sure you're hydrating.
Yep.
And make sure you're getting some protein with meals, but like go have pasta, go have ice cream,
100%.
Go drink wine, go have fun.
Ice cream's a killer. I feel so gross.
Yeah, but like 5-6 days. When I went on my honeymoon, that's all we did for a week and a half, and I actually lost weight. I went on my honeymoon to Italy, literally ate gelato, pizza, ice cream every day.
I can't picture that.
I lost weight because my body's so used to consuming a high level of calories that what I ate, even though I was eating like only 3 times a day opposed to 5, 6.
Were you working out too?
No. I got home. I lost like 7 or 8 pounds. People were like, how's that possible? I'm
Unbelievable.
But I was fleshy. I felt watery.
Yep.
But still, like when you're used to, that's why I'm trying to increase calories. I'm trying to increase your metabolism. I'm trying to increase muscle.
Right now, you have me on breakfast, which I shouldn't be eating every day. Should be eating every day. And then I do the creatine. Then I do the whey shake.
Right.
And then I do lunch and then another shake and then dinner. That's what I'm currently doing.
This is the program we should get Trump on when you talk to him next time. It's like
you got to do that, dude. I'm more of a have a couple of burgers,
big hamburger guy,
couple
right?
of tacos. The burrito bowl at Trump Tower is healthy, right? That's a good tasting one. Don Saladino is hereby endorsing the Trump Burrito Bowl. It's the greatest way to get your macros in, everybody. Okay,
go ahead. Yeah.
Who is funny in your family? I want to hear this.
My mother is very funny. She's out of her mind in a great way.
Like how so?
The energy is out of control.
Really?
Like it'll be like growing up. It's 7 a.m. All right, go! It's like she just snorted crack or coke, and she'll be watching this. I can't believe you said that. I'm like, but that is literally you. I am my mother. We have the exact same personality. Like her favorite word, her favorite word is the C word.
What's her nationality? Where's she?
She's American. Like,
but I mean, she's
Jewish,
like,
okay. Yeah. I mean, like, my great grandparents are Russian, like German. My dad is more calm, and
is he funny?
He can be, but he's like harder to read. Like, for example,
does he just sit here and laugh with his head down?
If you met him and you would be describing, like what you're like the workout plan, he'd be like, "So tell me what you're doing with Matt." Interesting. Sounds, I've been doing a lot of hot yoga. Yeah. Like he'll make it like he's sort of interested, but like he doesn't want to show too much interest. He's a little hard to get, and that's it. My mother, though, no, she is very funny, highly energetic, ADD a little bit, but very funny. Funny.
Do they come to your stand-ups?
They do. Like when I was in Chicago, like they were so supportive.
Were they dying? Were they like?
Yeah, I mean, like I think like it's probably weird for them to be seeing bits about me having sex and just detailing detailing that and going through my dating life. Even you're grossed out by it right now. But no, but my parents are very supportive people.
Siblings. What about
brother and
siblings?
a sister? I'm the baby.
Funny? Are they funny?
They're fun. My sister's going to be so mad. My sister is an amazing writer. She is funny. And my brother is businessy and he can be funny. Yeah, less funny, but he's funny.
Has anyone? This is a question I've been wanting to ask you for a while. Has anyone like come after you on a stand-up stage or even in DMs? Have they just been so irate? Because you got to imagine.
Well, that's how
you
it
start
goes.
ripping
I mean,
on someone who's an easy target.
When you start to put yourself out there and also get a little notoriety or success, not notoriety, is notoriety the word?
Yeah.
Or success, people will come at you. I mean, in terms of on stage, I mean, a few weeks ago in DC, this guy in a MAGA hat tried to. He got very close to the foot of the stage. He was like popping pills and drinking in the audience.
Did you see him popping pills?
Legit. Like he took out a pill box.
Were you dying or were you like, oh shit, this is a problem?
Well, then he's reaching into his pocket, and I'm like, well, I might be dying right now. I don't know, this guy could have been a problem, and then he had to be escorted out. And my joke was that his name was Pete Hegseth. But I'm like, Mr. Secretary, put the booze away.
Oh,
but no, I mean, I haven't been like Will Smith, Chris Rock slapped or anything.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Or how
I mean,
about
of course
DMs?
there's negative. Of course there's DMs. No matter what I do. Because I will say, as we go on, I'm very excited about doing this with you. I know we have more questions.
Nice pivot, by the way. That was strong.
Thank you. Yeah, well, I'm a talk show host. I'm very grateful that I now know you, and I feel like I'm excited. It's going to be a many years long.
Like I said, I'm guaranteeing you success if you listen.
I'm listening.
Oh, good.
As I turn away. If you listen. Sorry, what was that?
No.
Yeah.
So Chris, you've got a part of the show that you're not ready for yet.
Okay.
You know
Here
what
we
that
go.
is?
What do
You
I
got
have to
a
hold
question?
the playing for 12 minutes?
No, it's gonna get worse than that. Chris, are you there?
Right here.
All right, so we have questions.
Go ahead.
We have one very important question queued up on video, and then I'm gonna do some rapid fire.
On video.
Oh,
So-
I'm actually really excited to see this.
This is Mick. I don't think you know Mick, but Mick has a very important question.
Lovely background, Mick.
Matt, my name's Mick, and I want to know what are the essential elements of a Don Saladino impression?
Holy shit, you can't do this because I've
been.
No,
It's still very early on, but I've been I use the Saladino app, and so
I want to hear how it. I want to see
I wanna
now
hear
to evolution.
now versus Long Island. You have like that New York-y kind of a thing. No, it's not good yet. But it's the micro impression. So it's Don at the end of describing a workout. So he'll be like, "All right, guys, 50 Bulgarian split squats. Good luck."
The good luck. Good luck.
Then there's the laugh.
The good luck. I was
You
when
do that,
I
like-
get excited, I start doing.
So,
oh my god.
yeah. So that's what I'm working on.
Well, thank you.
That's it?
Yeah. It's enough.
What? There's not another question?
Do we have another question?
Come on.
I have one video question, but I do have some more questions that people submitted
Please,
via text.
Lo, come on.
Yeah, go
I was
ahead.
like, God, we're getting thin here.
Okay, so Michelle messaged in, and she wants to know how you deal with stage fright and nerves before going up for a set.
I don't. To be honest with you, I don't have that. I mean, let me just retract what I just said. There's nerves. I don't really necessarily have stage fright, but there are nerves. I mean, you get into a locked in mentality. I mean, what sport did you play growing up?
I played baseball.
You
in
play
college.
you just get locked in. I mean, what is the quote? Like, luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm putting myself in these positions now where I'm fortunate to be in front of bigger audiences, and the stakes are higher in TV settings, and so there's a lot of preparation that goes into that. I mean, like, I spend a lot of time writing, and I'm on stage a lot, and it's not dissimilar from going to the gym where you have there's a muscle that you have to be constantly training, and it's a way of thinking and being. So I just get, it's an intense state of flow. I'm locked in.
Have you met Matt Rife yet?
I have met him briefly at a couple events, or like maybe one event, but I don't really know him at all.
I actually, we started following each other a while ago, and he's got a show coming up.
I mean, he's like huge, obviously.
He did this one skit called Cookies and MILF that I thought was
that's the
like
one that blew him up. Yeah,
that was one of the funniest things that I've ever heard. So.
He's after meeting you, he's got to rename that bit to Creatine and Dilf.
You should shoot him. You should do that one.
Yeah,
you should upstage him.
Yeah,
and say,
who needs cookies and MILF when you've got Creatine and Dilf? That's that should be the name of your podcast.
Creatine and Dilf.
Creatine and Dilf. That's it. Actually, Whey and Dilf. Whey and Dilf.
No, I can't get away with that shit. People would think I'm like trying to be some egomaniac.
Well, all of your clients, except for me, are these Dilfs. I mean, you have Liev Schreiber, Ryan Reynolds, Sebastian Stan, who's not, I don't
He's
think
not
a
a dad
father
yet.
yet, but he has the vibe of like a Dilf.
Yeah.
By the way, Sebastian Stan, fantastic. Got to know him not a little bit. I met him at a few events. Unbelievably nice guy.
I got
genius in The Apprentice.
Fantastic.
Genius.
Fantastic. I mean, you were at that premiere, I was there, and I think I saw you on the red carpet because I went over and did some pictures with him.
God.
Right, and it was so funny because I was like, oh my God, I know that guy, and I knew who you were. But I thought Seb. I mean, talk about risky.
He was brilliant, and he should have won the Oscar. That's my opinion.
I think so.
We knew he wasn't going to because what he was up against with Brody and Chalamet, but he should have won. What else can we talk about that's going to go viral? Let's get like a moment. Let's get a moment.
Do we have any more questions?
Yeah, I've got a couple more. I've got two more. Maybe one of them could go viral.
Come on.
Maybe one.
Okay, let's go viral here.
Train 123 That's who submitted it. And their legit question is, who'd win in an arm wrestle match? Who would win in an arm wrestle?
What's
Who
that?
would win in an arm wrestle? Don or Matt?
I always let the client win.
I'm sorry, is that a joke? Train one. In addition to fixing your username, I would also fix your questions.
Please, train.
Look at his arm. He would kill me.
Well, the client always wins.
He would kill me. The client always wins.
I would never get into a verbal battle with you, though.
You know what? This is Jeff Goldblum, JEFFGOLDBLUM. Very good to be here with Don Saladino. Yes, of course. I love Saladino because of his holistic approach to health. Makes me feel very sexual, very physical, of course. My old acting teacher, Sanford Meisner, used to say, if you're not in a healthy body, the mind won't be healthy either, of course. Yes. My wife, Emily, an Olympic contortionist. Saladino, very sexy guy. Grrr, yes. There may be fitness ahead. Yes. Sorry, go ahead. Just had to get that in there for you. Go ahead.
I don't even know what I was saying.
Let me ask you this. So, Don, this is Howard Stern. So here's what I want to know.
Yeah.
You're a very sexy guy. You're 50 years old. You're pushing 50. You're a hot guy. You've trained all these beautiful women, these Hollywood hunk men. Here's what I want to know. Which star that you've trained with has had the worst breath?
I don't even know.
You got to tell me.
No,
I know you know. Robin, are you hearing this? He's deflecting.
No, I'm deflecting.
Robin, he's not answering the question.
There's not an answer here.
Did you get into fitness because, you were trying to escape from something? You wanted to be better than your peers, right?
No, it just... Why did I get into fitness? It's a long story. It's a little too deep.
Right.
I can't get into it. So.
And we like it deep. Sorry. Okay, that was a little Howard. Okay, your producer's confused. Go ahead. One more question. Go.
Do we have anything else?
Last question, and this is from Mike Sawson, and he wants to know if you have any great fitness celebrity impressions. I mean, there's Arnold, there's Body by Jake.
Can you do Arnold?
I mean, you do it first.
I can't do Arnold.
I mean, it sounds like this a little bit. It's not great.
Yeah.
It's good. It's better. It's better.
I do like, I was just watching the French Open yesterday. A lot of tennis players like Novak Djokovic.
Oh, give me that.
Yes, well, it's great to be here today with Don Saladino. He's takes holistic approach to health, and as I make my smoothie in the smoothie, as I make my morning smoothie, I eat a plant and I rip cactus out of the ground, and
No, you gotta go. I eat plant.
I eat plant in my smoothie, and then Nadal's like,
Well, it's very great not to be here with Don Saladino. He's a very tough guy, of course. very nice bicep, very, very smart, very tough number for me to be competing at the highest level. And that's why I talked to Don. And then Federer is more like, yeah, I mean, Don is great. He's a sexy guy, really. With Mirka and the kids, I tried to be in great physical shape now that I'm no longer on the tour. But here with Don, he keeps me in great shape. And, I love him a lot. He's great, honestly. He's as tasty as a Lindt chocolate. I don't know. That's tennis. What other athletes? I was working on my, Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, give me that.
He's tough. I mean, has a Kermit-y. He's like,
Do you just sit in front of a mirror and do
pretty
this?
much.
Yeah.
Oh, Don Saladino, man. I mean, he's great. Yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah, it needs a little work, but it's good.
It needs work. Yeah.
I can hear it a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't do more of it.
What's your favorite impersonation?
Actors are fun. I mean, politicians are fun. Obscure business CEOs are fun. I did Paul Giamatti with Paul Giamatti.
Oh my God, I love him.
That was very fun indeed, Paul. Very motherfucking fun. Oh, yes. Because he fluctuates. He goes, oh, this push-up is so good! And he pulls it back in.
Yeah, and then I'll do, I was doing Bill Gates, because Bill sounds like Kermit the Frog. And Bill, he was promoting his new book, and I thought he was going to break it into Rainbow Connection. He was like,
well, it's great to be here with Don Saladino, talking about, educating kids and getting them more involved with our philanthropic work in Africa and reading and researching and reading. And why are there so many people without vaccines? What's on the other side?
that's what I thought he was going to, in terms of health gurus. I mean, of course I can talk about our, the president of health in America today, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Thrilling to be here today with Don Saladino. My diet consists of chopping off a bear's head and then mixing that with whey protein, doing 45 push-ups, and you had me on, Don. This was your invitation. Who else? Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple's fun.
Yes.
He's in great shape, too. Good morning, Cupertino. It's great to be here with Don Saladino. Saladinas. Hello.
50 no's, 50 Saladinos and a yes means yes.
I can't.
Who else could I do? I'm thinking like a puppet. I don't know.
But which one do you get asked to? Last question. Which one do you get asked to do the most? Is it Trump?
Well, that one now. I mean, but it depends on where I am. Like if it's I was doing the Golden Globes carpet. I've been doing that the past few years, comedy interviews, and I was doing the cast of Succession. I was doing Austin Butler, and Austin still sounds like Elvis. That's the weird thing. He's like,
Hey, I love Don. He's got great biceps, great pecs. If only Elvis had you back in the day, he would have been alive.
I'm like, dude, you're from Anaheim. I'm not sure why you're still talking like that. Some physical ones are weird, like Rami Malek. He's in.
Yes.
He looks like he's holding in my deepest sexual fantasy, and he's going to tell everybody. He's like,
oh my God, that's funny. Yeah.
So Don's a great guy. He's awesome, man. I love his little planks that he's got me doing.
He's really creepy. Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking. Let me just conclude by saying Don is fantastic.
Oh,
You'd be so lucky to get to meet him and keep listening to his show. He knows what he's doing. I think this is going to change my life. I'm very, very excited. And we're going to get ripped.
We are going to get
happening.
ripped.
I love this guy's the best.
Stay on the path.
I'm staying on the path.
I appreciate you coming in. And Chris, I want to thank the Post, Christian Ponder, the whole team over here for having us in.
Absolutely.
They gave us this incredible studio. What'd you think of the place? It's amazing, right?
Thought it was incredible.
Yeah. Do some shots of. They have a whole bar out there.
I would love to. Let's do a whey protein shot right now.
No booze for you.
None.
And we are concluding with that, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. That was great.
Peace.
The views, information, or opinions expressed in the series are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent those of Chip and Joanna Gaines, Binel Audio, nor Magnolia.